Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is the weekly Wednesday Wargaming questions and answers. It's an off the cuff video, guys. What that means is, for everyone that's new, I record and upload. There is no fancy editing skills. You won't see my intro symbol at the beginning. I do have a transition button, so if it rains heavy or there's outside noise, I can just stop filming, wait for that to pass and carry on. These weekly Wednesdays, you guys ask me questions and I answer them. It's primarily model focused and it's primarily GW stuff, of which is primarily 40k. I think the old world will start to come into it soon as well, because that's at the beginning of next year. There is terrain questions from time to time and some general information about myself and what's going on around the workshop. And we have a weekly vote where I show you a host of models and you guys vote on what you want me to paint for next Monday's painting video. For those of you who didn't see this week's painting video, this is the man I got painted up, big old Gaz. I'm really happy with the claw and the way the armour looks on the back of him and everything else. But if you haven't seen that, go check it out, guys. Right. Do you look at other people's painted? Do you look at getting inspired by other people's models that they painted? I don't get so I'm saying no, but sometimes I not inspired. I'd say sometimes I see someone's painting something and they paint something a certain way. It could be a power weapon, could be a head or something like that, and I go, oh, that's quite nice, I'll try that out. Or I'll see something, see them paint something a certain way and go, that's nice, but I would do these colours instead. But I don't specifically like, let's grab a model. Let's say I was painting this guy, the Eliminators, on a cheeky painting video. I wouldn't go and look at images of how people have painted them and then do the same thing. I like to try and do it different. I like to try and be unique on the channel. But I do notice other people's paint jobs, and I do think that, that's nice, that's cool, I like the way I've done that, or that sort of way. But I don't know if that inspires me or not. But like, okay, the biologist from the 10th edition box that I buy them, I see someone do something to start painting that, and I thought that was very nice, very clever. They undercoated it black, grey seared it down, and then they gave it a wash with, I think it was Reichland, no, was it Earthshade? Or one of those ones, to get into all the little recesses. Then they come over and they started putting Apothecary white contrast paint. I think the shade is fantastic, but I wouldn't do Apothecary white. I'd do it slightly different. But has that inspired me? I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. But I see that and I thought that was really clever and really nice. And I'll do the same thing just to get a definition on all the little pieces. But I'll then carry on a different way. But anyway, that's one thing I noticed. I'm only saying that because I can see him standing up on the terrain piece there. You have a huge army of different models you have a huge array of different models and different factions. How long realistically until we start seeing them on the table? See, that's a tough one to answer, because I could put them on the table now. I want to have models painted when I put them in a battle report for you guys, but sometimes I can't because I don't have the time. My biggest enemy at the moment is time. It's the busiest time in work at the moment because I work in retail, so it's the busiest time building up for Christmas. It's the busiest time on the channel because it's the nights are coming. The night it's getting dark quicker, so people will spend more time doing hobbying, and people are just sitting there looking at YouTube and stuff like that. So for me, it's the busiest time as well, because you guys are looking at more stuff and spending more time doing your hobby stuff. But then I've got outside stuff to do, like I still have my turf in the bog, which is a combustible material that you put into burners for fuel source for winter. But the weather we've been having, it's soaking wet, then it's dry, then it's soaking wet, and it's a bit of a nightmare. But once that's to a certain stage and I've broken the back of it, then I'm ahead of myself, and that's what I want to try and done. But in terms of getting everything on the table, so time is my enemy. There's so many models here that I want to get painted. I mean, Mark said to me, you know, we'd have a go. We could try out some Marvel Crisis Protocol, but I need to get them painted up. I need to get. I don't think I've got any more. No, I don't. I've got no more to build, but I need to get them all painted up. But at the same time, saying it, there are so many models here that I want to get painted up to put onto the table. You know, the Tyranids, the Eldari. I mean, I still got loads of Eldari to build yet. But even some of the Necron stuff that I've had here, Doomstalkers and the Triarch and, you know, stuff like that still needs to be done. I mean, next week, we've got a game penciled in. And I'm going to be using an army that I've never used before. So they get you all excited. And it's going to be like a very intense game. Mark's already shown me his list earlier today. I sent him my list. And his army is very shooty. And mine isn't. But once my army gets into combat, it's absolutely, you know, skull taking, shall we say. But you need to tune in for next week. If everything goes to plan, we'll be playing a game. I do want to get models up on the table. I don't want to keep playing Space Marine, Necrons, you know, slipping a Chaos Space Marine army list in there every so often. I do enjoy playing Space Marines. I do enjoy playing Necrons. But I do want to try and do new lists and do new, you know, armies and stuff. And I'm working towards that. It's just, it goes back to, it's not even what you guys vote on. It goes back to time being my enemy. There's not enough time in the day for me to get things done. You know, once this channel goes full time, I'll be ploughing through these models and, you know, building them and painting them, and, you know, it'd be a totally different kettle of fish. You know, you probably have a game. There probably could be a game every week. You know, it depends on how way everything falls, but I definitely do want to get more armies on the table. So I can't give you a definite time frame. You know, this will tell you how much of time is an enemy to me. I've got the Shadow Throne box down here that I'm working through. Okay, I got that January this year. I got Piety and Paint box, which I got January this year as well from Air Hobbies, because they were both on discount. And I got last year's Christmas box of the Sisters still here for me to go through. Now, combined with what's in the Imperial magazine, that's nine Paragon Warsuits for me to build. 9. That's insane. Absolutely bonkers. But I want to get them built. I want to get them filled in. I've actually got the Sisters Codex from 9th edition in the house, still wrapped in plastic. That's how much time is against me. I can't, you know, I can only do what I can do. And this also goes back, like, every time I do something like painting Gaz, I'm sharing it on the channel to you guys. I'm also doing YouTube shorts to show people, look, to bring more people in, and TikTok videos to show people, look, this is what I do, come and join us. And as soon as I hit the 1,000, then this can become the full-time job. Maybe not straight away, but I'm already in the steps of doing that, which will mean more content for you guys, a lot more crazy stuff that I do, we'll be seeing. I want to scratch build, and it's been nagging in my ear roll now for a little while. I want to scratch build Kit Bash a Lord of Skulls. I've already got all the ideas in my head. I don't know if to do them on like big spider legs or to do them on like, I've got an old World War II tank that I found in a charity shop. I was going to use it for terrain, but even to use that as the base to put them on, you know, I'm still thinking about the idea. I want to do some kit bashing of some spawns, cow spawns, to show you guys how easy they are to make. Again, time is my enemy. But I've waffled on a bit there. As soon as I can get new army on the table, I will get them on the table, because I do want to be playing more different armies. I do want to try and new different things. Right. What do I do with my Space Marine attack bike now that they've axed it? Well, keep it. Run it as an ATV. Mark's the one actually said this to me, because the game we played last week, I had a tech bike in there, and then they axed it, and I was like, I'm 70 points shy, what's going on? I mean, the attack bike I think was 55 points, but they axed a few other bits and pieces, just load points on a few other bits and pieces to make it so I was 70 points shy. So I had to add something else in there, a duty star, I think it was in the end, but did actually go. The blade guards come out of the Land Raider, and I forgot to put him on the table, so it was pointless. But yeah, to describe it as an ATV, that's, there's Mark's idea, and that's a fantastic idea. Obviously, if you go into a tournament, as most of them, you go into a tournament, you can't use that. But if you're just playing with your pals, just run it as an ATV. Just tell your friends it's an ATV before you actually start rolling dice. I really enjoy your Space Marine painting videos. I have not seen any recently. How comes? They're not being getting voted on. That's the first thing. That's not a bad thing, because I think everything else that's been done is absolutely superb. I think the last Space Marine that was painted up was the Lion, I think, which was a couple of weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, something like that. But it's also because it goes back to time. Time's not with my friend. With my Space Marine chapter colours, they are the Screaming Skull it's not easy to do. It's a pain in the ass, but it's not the worst thing to do. It just takes time. Again, time is my enemy. But I do want to get more Marine stuff. I want to get everything here. I want to get painted up. I want to get it all done. When I bring you down and show you the vote, I'll show you what this table looks like in front of me, and you're just going to go, what the hell? But again, I also want to get this moved around. Okay, I've got a really good idea in my head where to put everything, and when I'm filming weekly Wednesdays, when it's done, you'll have a lovely view of what's behind me. Not now, but behind me over there, and I think that's going to be a lot better. But we'll find out when it comes to it. So that's all the questions I had today, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you down and show you the vote. Now, the way the vote works is I'll show you a host of models. You comment on this video, say to me, I want to see this painted or that painted, or this has my vote, that's my vote. You can vote as many as you want. But don't say I vote for everything, because it won't count. But you can say I vote for any of the Space Marines, or any of the Chaos Space Marines, or any of the Necrons, or any of the Tyranids, because that counts. If you're not sure what it's called, or how to spell what it's called, just give me a brief description. Okay, and we'll go from there. Yeah, so because Orcs won last week, it was painting Monday, big old Gaz. The Orcs won't be in the vote for this week. I don't have any Orcs built up ready yet. I do have 2 boxes I need to get onto. Again, time is against me. Absolutely against me. So Robin, I was in here yesterday. Was it yesterday? Monday. And Robin came hopping along the floor there, stood there looking at me. I was like, get out. And I think he's trying to come in again. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to bring you down and show you the models, but I'll show you what's in front of my area first, and you'll be like, whoa. Again, I just don't have the time. Right, so here's what my desk looks like. So there's 2 Tyranids there that need to, I'm actually going to put one of them in the vote today, actually. There's all of this to sort out and go through. And yes, the lid is weird on my plastic glue, because for some reason the glue went into the lid and just dried in there. So all of this, even cheeky flamers I did the other day. Right, so we'll start with Eliminators. Iron Man, we have Scorpion Destroyer Lord, we have Unit Die Avengers, we have this amazing sculpt that I did the other day, Inquisitor Drakas, whatever his name is. We have Deathwing Knights, we have the Avatar of Kahane, we have the Necron Triarch Stalker, we have 8-bound, we have the Captain with the Storm Shield, he's actually from the Indominus box, but you can get him now. Ron Ryan's Leapers. We had the Skaven Plague Priest special character. I didn't add any more fantasy stuff in there because I just wanted to. I got too much head to get on with. The Engine Seer, who got a cheeky vote last week. We have a Nurgle Chaos Sorcerer. We have the Blade Guard. So he's Blade Guard champion, I think he is. We have the Biovore. We have the Lictor from 10th edition. We have Tyrannid Warrior Squad. We have the Tyrannic War Veteran. We have the Neuro Tyrant, which you just saw us over there, just moved him over. And we have the Kinetic Doomstalker. It's ironic that he's up there with all these tyrannies around him. So you just comment below and tell me what you vote on for next week. There is also a Creator's Choice vote. So if you vote for that and that wins, then I pick something from here and just paint away. Which is, it's not easy. You think it sounds easier than it is. It's not, because I like it when you guys vote on something, because then I can actually, makes me, not put pressure on me, but makes me think outside the box rather than going, I'm going to paint this guy, and this guy, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. As soon as it wins, then I'll be like, okay, now I've got to try and figure out what I'm going to do with this guy. It's more of a challenge to me, is the word I'm looking for. We also have the wild card. A wild card, if that wins the vote, you'll find out what that is on Monday. And that's the gist of the voting. Now, if you have a question for me, chuck a comment below and I'll answer it, and then address it next week for everyone else. There are no silly questions, guys. Don't think, oh, I can't ask this. There's no silly questions. Even if it's a question that I've already answered previously, then I'll, if enough people ask me the same sort of question, then I'll just address it next week. It's not a problem. The amount of times I get asked about wet pallets. But with that said, actually, there is actually a very, very cheap and easy way to do a wet pallet. When you buy the Pringles pot or the stack of chips or whatever they're called, in the tube, you have the little plastic lid on top. You could actually use that as a wet pallet. That's a very cheap and easy way of wet pallet. Bit of kitchen roll in the bottom there. Bit of greasy paper over the top of it. You wet the kitchen tissue first, and then put the greasy paper on top, and your wet pallet's ready to go. Very, very easy, very quick and cheap. If you don't want to chuck on below because you think, oh, someone's going to take the piss out of me or whatever. People don't say that here. People don't take the piss out of each other here. Everything's just, we're all here for the same thing. You can message me on Messenger. You can go to Unique Wargaming Terrain Facebook page. There is a messenger button there. Click on that and you message me directly. Again, a lot of people do message me that way because they don't want people to know that they're talking to me and are saying, what's this on, what's that, how do I do this, how do I do that. For everyone that's new seeing this for the first time, hit the subscribe button because it costs you absolutely nothing. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything I produce, because you see there's a lot of stuff that goes on here. And everyone smash the thumbs up button so it triggers YouTube to share this video to more and more people. And that's about it, guys. Until next time, thanks for watching. Take it easy.